Jazz, I want to get you a black cobra just to go around the neck. Just
Like a real one?
Just something sexy. I think you'd like that's where like that's your season.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I thought you would. Yeah.
That's because I'm putting condiments you've never heard of on hot dogs you wouldn't understand.
That sounds fun.
That's right.
When and where are we doing that?
I don't do that glizzy talk.
If we have any listeners out there that know how to edit videos, I want just an out of context 10-minute clip of the Freedom Friends. Because that statement right there is a great out of context.
Have you listened to any of our episodes?
Well, yeah, but
I'm not sure that statement had an in context.
I think Justin's the only one that's listened to all of our episodes.
He mutes it when he edits. Have you ever seen him?
Yeah.
Yeah, he mutes it. He's like, fuck these guys.
Yeah, I don't fucking blame him. Shit.
I've lost enough brain cells in 305 episodes.
Oh, there's no judgments here, man. Like, yeah, we got it.
This isn't disagreement.
We're there with you. Well, boys, we got the band back together. Last week it was Scott and I hold it down. Guys, it wouldn't be the Freedom Friends if we didn't talk about our number one sponsor, Warfighter Tobacco. Obviously, you guys have seen us all smoke them. We're here to talk about a quality product that everybody can enjoy. The great equalizer, as we've called it, the Warfighter Tobacco Stick. And it's not just cigars. They've got humidors, travel humidors, cutters, lighters, everything you need to get started on that journey. Check out warfightertobacco.com and use that code FTFO. Score yourself that sweet, sweet 15%. If you want to know my personal favorite, I'm a 762 Field guy. I like that Sumatra, real nice and even keeled cigar. Great for us beginner smokers, right? And I'm told that these taste even better when you're listening to the Freedom Friends podcast. Now, back to the show. This episode is brought to you by Grill Your Ass Off. It's no secret, we're all middle-aged dudes who love barbecue. Grill Your Ass Off is our main go-to for our spices. That's what we use, man. Whether you're doing burgers on the grill, steaks, or my personal favorite, a little bit of pork belly burn ends, right? They've got you covered on all of that. They also have salsas. They also have seasonings and spices. They got beer salts. They've got everything, man. Check them out. GrillYourAssOff.com/Freedom Friends Podcast, or use the code Freedom Friends Podcast at checkout. John, you went on a nice little adventure down in Central America.
I did. I was down in
I thought you were in LA.
Rotan, Honduras.
No, not as dangerous.
I wouldn't have came back if I was in LA. I'd still be there right now.
I'd be in a high vantage point, smiling and winking.
They're just mostly peaceful.
Mostly.
Sure.
They're
Sure.
mostly peaceful.
Why is it about every 30 years, LA has to remind the rest of the country that, hey, we're still here. We're going to make noise and be assholes.
Yeah.
And it's like, nobody gives a fuck.
My
man.
favorite way that the news puts it, it's mostly peaceful until the evening.
It's not even the evening anymore. Now it's mostly peaceful, except for all these cars they set on fire.
Yeah.
Like, those are.
I watched.
At the same time, we're having a hard time telling what's LA riots and what's just LA. Like we
right. Because if you've ever been to downtown LA, it kind of looks like that.
So now, like,
anyways.
kind of all the time.
Yeah. Like,
Was this the part of the forest fire? No, that's riots, not the fires.
Yeah.
The
John Stewart.
The fires are a week. Or
John Stewart, who I don't give a lot of props to, was like, why is your city always on fire? Like,
do you
I
think
thought
it's
that
like,
was funny.
do you think it's
All right.
two birds, one stone? Like they're going
That's
in
this year's
for the
fire,
rioters,
and
but they're
it's-
also taking care of the homeless issues.
It's fishing.
I mean,
I don't-
I know, right?
I don't know if you're trying to if you're protesting not wanting people to be deported, you're going about it wrong.
I feel like they edited.
Because now the whole country wants
Okay.
that whole city deported.
I feel like
First
they
off, why are
edited-
we watching this on One India?
I feel like they edited
It was the one compilation I could find.
the footage to make it look like it came from the 90s. I swear to God.
It does look. It's got that
You know what I
blown
mean?
out.
Yeah.
Like
that subdue.
It's like they're
almost.
trying to
No,
bring it back
so
to the
old-
riots in the
old
90s.
broadcast standard. Like, so old broadcast, the sensitivity of those cameras, they would essentially just they would run really, really high sensitivity film because
Yeah.
they couldn't guarantee lighting.
Right.
That's why old news always looked so blown out. And so this, yeah, it very much still
That was
looks the
great.
same
See,
way.
they're just helping with showers.
Yeah,
Right?
dude.
You stinky bastards, get out of here.
Yeah.
Dude,
And,
I love a good fire hose fucking riot movie. Oh, the good old days. Huh?
Dude, I'm pulling somebody's pants off with that stream on.
Fuck yeah, dude.
So-
You know what I mean?
Like you're getting embarrassed.
There was one
can
where I
hook those
saw-
parachute pants.
and it was some chick, and it's obviously not a real news station. It's one of these websites that have just now called themselves
Yeah, the one she got shot.
the
in leg.
chick when she's sitting there and she's got her like mic and she's talking or whatever. No press badging, no credentials,
Yeah.
no anything.
The Australian chick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's
Get
just
shot in the
standing there
ass.
with this fucking thing and she gets shot in the ass with a fucking rubber bullet. And she's sitting there like, they're firing rubber bullet. And she's like 8 feet from the cop line.
Yeah.
And this cop just goes, whap! And just
You just see
drops
him
it.
turn. Yeah. I saw an interview with her. Like her news anchors back in Australia, like had her on, right? And it was like they were talking to her about it. And they're like, how are you? She's like, I'm okay. She's like, it hurts. It's pretty bruised, but I'm all right.
So right now there's a flag burning and some fat ass Mexican guy just spit on it. You know what? I've
Fucking leave, dude.
No, I've changed my mind. He should stay.
Yeah.
So here's
He should stay.
here's my mindset.
I am totally for all. He changed my mind right now. I want him to just stay illegally in this country forever. No,
No.
get the fuck out. Get him the fuck out.
This
and
is-
everybody's standing.
This is the
Yeah.
part that blows my mind, right? So they're sitting there protesting with Viva Mexico signs and Mexico flags, burning the American flag.
You love us so much. Get the fuck
hold on,
out,
no,
man.
hold on.
Like, yeah.
But they're pissed off when we try to send them back to Mexico.
Yeah.
But that's all that they're Viva Mexico. Here's a Mexican flag. Here's all this. Well, then go back. No, I don't want to. I want to be here.
Yeah.
Well, clearly you don't because you're burning an American flag and you're riding in the streets.
Yeah, they want America. But it's supposed. But these ones that are like running around on motorcycles with Mexican flags and shit, and then like attacking law enforcement and stuff like that while flying a foreign flag on American soil, and I'm like,
That's an invasion.
that's called invasion.
Yeah.
yeah,
that's-
that's
Yeah.
an invasion.
You know what?
man.
Like, you know, like,
That's okay. 2 sevens there. They took the worst Marine Corps unit. They took the grunts from 29 Palms. And
Yeah,
they were like,
sent 'em
guess
out.
what? Here you go, boys.
But they're specially
Holy-
trained.
Yeah. They're trained in de-escalation. That was my comment too. I'm like,
Yeah, I de-escalate with a 5.56.
Yeah. Yeah.
hey,
So-
hey, it'll stop.
I knew
know
a
it
dude.
works.
So I knew a dude named Daryl who was a 2.5 Marine from back in the day, and he got deployed in '92 to the LA riots, right? And how they worked him is he had 5 magazines.
Yeah.
4 of them had rubber bullets. 1 of them had live rounds, and they were like, you put the live round. Well, like the
Put the
live
live
round.
round first and then the rubber
They were
bullets.
like the live round one goes in your pack, and you only fucking have your fucking rubbers until you need that one,
Right.
right? Type of thing. You find cover, pull it out of your pack, and handle business if you need to.
Yeah.
Right. I think he said he fired 3 rubber bullets the whole time.
Yeah.
They were like, fuck no, never mind. Because Marines have a habit of headshotting, just by habit.
Well, you practice, right? Muscle memory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like we got investigated in Iraq because there was too many. They thought we were executing people.
Right.
It just turned out we were just fucking going for the pink mist. All right. We were just like, aim small, miss small. I'm aiming at your nostril.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't know what to tell you.
I
Like,
mean, at what distance do you transition from a face shot to a chest shot?
sure.
25 yards?
Yeah. Maybe.
I was thinking like 800 with the machine gun.
yeah.
Well,
But that's anything inside of that. We're
you're just happy if you can knock chunks of whatever off at 800 with a machine gun. Who
Sure.
cares, right? But
It's the most fun ever.
no, when you're in an environment like that, I think anything less than 25 yards, I'm definitely going for a face shot.
Yeah.
even maybe a little further.
But yeah,
You know,
Yeah.
like
Like, why would you not?
right. I mean, if
It's effective.
we can do it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Chris Kyle was quoted as that he always shot in this area, like in the neck and
Right.
upper chest area, because it was a bigger spot. And I was like, it is the same size as a face.
Yeah.
It is the
Right,
same
but
size.
Well, behind a sniper
Yeah.
rifle, 300 and in, it was a headshot for sure.
For sure.
You're not even trying, like, unless
It literally looks like this. And it's like, oh, hi.
Yeah. Yeah. The only exception to that would be like if somebody's running or you had a instant, just, they popped out of one
Yeah.
building and whatever. But
Yeah.
yeah. But man, I tell you what, like if, like we all wanted them to go before all this. Now, I mean, I don't care if you deport them or just fucking shoot them. Just shoot those motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I
For
don't.
those that are out there going like, oh, so you voted for people getting ripped out of classrooms or whatever. Okay, look, here's the deal.
No, how about we voted?
I get that there is these super small percentiles where if we break it down and make this one situation represent the entire situation, it seems barbaric.
Sure.
However,
Pausing for effect.
when they are an amazingly small percentile. And so what you're doing is you're getting rid of the 90% of the problem that is criminal and drug trafficking and sex trafficking, or they're avoiding arrest in another country, so they're here, or they came here, can't really do everything the right way, so everything gets under the table, and that makes it criminal, and da-da-da. By the way, you can't say things like, it's not criminal to be undocumented. It is. It makes you an illegal alien.
Yeah.
The definition there, the active word is illegal.
Imagine that.
You can say undocumented all you want to, but that's like saying that, well, it wasn't assault and battery, officer. It was a rough hug.
And going back to the ripped out of the
It's not
classroom,
rape, it's a snuggle struggle.
Yeah,
going back to the ripped out of the classroom thing, that was actually a 17-year-old who was a felon who they got in between classes, who committed serious crimes and was illegal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Deport him.
I don't care where if they are here illegally,
I don't really care what country you're from either, by the way.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
it's immaterial.
Yeah.
If you are in this
I'll deport
country
a fucking Canadian.
illegally,
I don't give a fuck.
I don't care where they get you.
Please.
Yeah.
Please
I
and
don't
thank
care.
you.
If they know you're at school and they come get you there, cool.
Yeah.
Like
what was that thing?
Maybe you shouldn't have been here illegally.
We-
Maybe you shouldn't have broken the law
Right.
and then got upset because there's
I
consequences.
used to have
We talked about it one time. You knew about it. You talked about it where they had set something up with an app, like the self-deporting app.
Yeah.
And it fucking geo.
The CBP one.
Yeah.
And they can geolocate all the users who download the app.
Yeah.
It's
It's fucking wonderful. That's the ICE version of the fucking Israeli pagers. You know what I mean?
instead of find my iPhone, it's find my illegal.
Well, here's my other thing is why are they protesting those guys? They don't protest the guys that are doing their job. You want to fucking protest it? Protest Congress. Congress is the one that enacted the laws. ICE is going by the book. And it's just the first time they've gone by the book.
Okay, Mikey.
That's the only
Mike,
thing.
let's put some rationale to this. How are you going to convince a Democrat
Oh, yeah, you can.
that they're wrong?
Did you see Maxine Waters showing her ass on the ground?
But no, how? So because those are the people that are demonstrating. I'll even use their words for it. Those are the people that are demonstrating. They're Democrats. There's no way you're going to change their mind.
Yeah.
There's no way you're
mostly peacefully.
whatever you want to call them. There's no way that you're going to be like, hey, listen, those people are here illegally and it's wrong. We got to kick them out. Oh no, but they're good people. Okay, so the laws don't matter.
I used to say a month ago, right? I was like, okay, I can get it. I can
Yeah, you.
I can feel sorry a little bit for somebody who might be adjacent to a criminal who gets deported.
Yeah.
Right. Say this bad apple gets his family deported.
That sucks.
That sucks.
Is his family here legally or illegally?
Illegally.
Well, then they're also
I get it.
criminals.
I get it. But right. But it sucks, right?
No, it doesn't. They could have done it the right way.
I get it. I get it. But now I don't give two fucks.
Yeah.
I want you. I want your neighbor. I want everybody you hang out with fucking out of here.
Yeah.
If you're part of these fucking riots, if you're trying to convince me that, I think I should let you stay now, It is not working, sir.
Yeah.
I fucking want all of you the fuck out or shot
Yeah.
on site.
Yeah.
You throw rocks at the cop cars like that,
Yeah.
shoot. They
just-
should shoot them back.
I like how the mentality of the solution is, well, I'm here and I'm being deported because I'm a criminal. Do you know what'll fix it? More criminal action.
yeah. If I prove
That'll get you to
if
take
I-
me serious.
if I prove
Yeah.
that I'm an asshole criminal.
Yeah.
No, now
I
I'm
should
now I'm a
prove-
violent criminal.
Yeah.
I should
Before
prove
wasn't.
that I am willing to commit violence at a moment's notice
Yeah. Of course.
because that makes it okay.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
No, I don't get it.
But
None
no,
of it makes sense,
so where does it stop though, right? So so immigration laws aren't being enforced. They're attempting to be. People are losing their mind. So does that mean that laws don't matter anymore? Which ones do we not pay attention to?
Right.
Well, here's the thing. This is my beef with sanctuary cities. All right. LA and California in general, and fucking so is Austin, so is Chicago, so is New York. I mean, all these places, they're sanctuary cities. They love to quote that fucking
Right.
that
You can say
buzzword.
that all you want to.
It does not matter.
The thing is that federal law is the law of the land.
Yeah.
The only thing that the states can do to adjust federal law is they can make it stricter.
Yeah.
They cannot make it less.
Correct.
So you can call yourself a sanctuary all you fucking want to. If the Fed says this is fucking illegal,
Right.
it's still fucking illegal.
It's case in point. People still get busted for having fucking marijuana in Colorado by the federal authorities.
Because Colorado
federally, it's illegal.
Colorado has decriminalized it,
Sure.
but the Fed hasn't.
Yep.
It is still a scheduled drug. So, yeah, and I get it. And the states are kind of in that situation. You're starting to see this whole because it's 34, 36 states or
It's-
something have
it's, yeah, way more
decriminalized
than
it now.
Yeah.
It's now the majority.
Yeah.
Do I think we are into seeing a federal reclassification of it? Yeah,
Eventually.
probably.
Eventually.
Just
When this generation of boomer dies off,
Yeah, well, it's goofy shit, right? Like this
Yeah.
whole thing that Texas is dealing with now, and this whole fucking
I want to punch
So-
that man in the
hemp-derived
face.
whatever.
The
And
federal reclassification. So I don't mean to change the
No, you're
subject, but that opens up a door that the weed people don't want open.
Nope.
If it gets if it's scheduled as it is now, and it just gets changed on how it's scheduled, it's still technically classified as a drug.
Yep.
And now puts weed in the hands of big pharma.
Yep.
I don't think stoners need to put two and two together.
Yeah.
which is what's going to happen. So what's going to happen
Yeah.
is it's going to get classified.
And it's going to get,
It's
it's
gonna-
not going to get,
It's going to get classified like booze
Mhm.
and cigarettes. It's going to turn into
And it's going to be an ATF-M.
and all of this other, yeah, all of this other. No, it heals this and it does that. First off, there's no evidence it does any of that. Like there's no hard evidence it accomplishes fuck all other than it chills you out.
I disagree with that
Yeah,
statement.
I don't
But
know.
There is a lot of anecdotal evidence of people getting assistance from it.
sure.
we won't know.
If it gets rescheduled and now it becomes actually controlled by the pharma, then we'll actually start seeing real testing done on is it actually fixing shit?
You mean
Sure.
like
Or is
the,
it-
like the real testing they do on drugs that they make and prescribe
Yeah, exactly.
now? Like
Yeah.
So,
It's like,
Yeah.
oh no,
like if
that's
I
what I
have,
said, we'll never
Oh,
know.
wow.
like if I have enough money,
Yeah.
Dude.
and the drug I make is tested,
The
it gets
only-
approved.
the
no
only
matter
way
how
to
enough
much
figure
money
it
does
out-
everything.
Dude, those are the
Is-
luckiest. Those are going to be the luckiest test monkeys.
The only way to figure it out is you have to read studies that are done overseas that are in another language that aren't
Yeah.
double-blind, peer-reviewed, all that. Because it's such a touchy subject, nobody's going to get behind it. And if they try, Big Pharma's going to shut it down before it even gets published.
That's true.
So the data, it's
So-
few and far between.
but what's going to do if it gets classified like booze and cigarettes? Then it will now. If you look at like the Colorado tax revenue off of it,
Right.
and all that kind of stuff, sure, tax the fuck out of it.
Sure.
Do your thing. It's all going to become shit. But hey, I don't use the shit, so I don't really care. But I'm all about go get the fucking revenue off of it. But
No.
when it starts getting sold at your local fucking select stop, and you can just go in there and get your carts from behind the counter, you're going to be standing there ordering your carts, and then the person that's also sitting there hitting that little fucking digital slot machine in the corner that's been high for the last 9 hours, dumping their money in there, you two are going to be buying the same shit
You know,
because that's where it's going to go.
Recently, I changed my mind about wanting Texas to become weed legal, marijuana legal, because I recently visited Colorado.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty terrible.
And I think if Texas makes marijuana legal, we're going to get all those kind of people.
Yep.
And I don't know if I'm ready for that.
Yeah.
It's
I don't know if that's a fair trade.
Yeah. But
well, that's like all of us like to drink.
Yeah.
But if one of us was truly an alcoholic, we'd say something. When that shit becomes legal and you end up with the lifers, the true drug addicts,
But not even that, just the lifestyle.
the lifestyle
That
smokers,
that
that's
comes
what's
with
going to
it,
end up
yeah.
coming with
just
that shit.
stoners,
And
like the burnouts.
Well,
and
not
the-
only that, but
yeah. And when it becomes legal,
the other side that votes that way
yep.
heavily.
Yeah.
Then we're gonna be Colorado has traded all of their all of their marijuana rights, or they've traded their gun rights for marijuana rights.
True.
They lost,
You know what I
gun rights
mean?
before they legalized weed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it didn't help, sir.
But no,
well,
it
it'll
was-
never swing back the other way.
It Colorado's
Colorado's lost.
Colorado's proximity. They're too close to the Pacific Northwest and California to not get invaded.
Yeah.
Right.
But I think it would be slower, but I think that invasion would hit Texas if we legalized it.
It's already hitting Texas.
No, I know,
Yeah,
but
it's
imagine the fucking fuel.
Look,
that
I
you
sell
put in
the
that
I
fucker.
sell the THC drinks in my bar, and I will tell you right now, I can tell the people are going to order it when they walk up to the
Right.
bar.
Yep.
They
For
walk
sure.
up, and I already can tell
For
who's going to
sure.
order that fucking drink.
For sure.
So this whole like, oh, I only do it. You do it to get high. Like, wait, knock yourself out. I drink to fucking get buzzed. Like, it's not like I'm
Yeah, there's
gonna
no
sit
kick
here
on
and
it.
talk about like,
Yeah.
fucking. Well, I know it helps me with it. Not fucking. I like whiskey. I like the way it makes me feel, and that's why you're smoking it or eating it or fucking whatever.
It's what I tell people. Like I use nicotine pouches. Why? I like how my body reacts to nicotine.
Yep.
You know? It's the same reason I drink coffee. It's
And
not
I'd have
'cause I love
way
how it
more
tastes.
respect for that than all of the whole. Well, let me tell you why I'm a pothead, and it's I have all these justifications. I'm like, not just you like to get high. Just fucking say I'll have more respect for you than all of this.
Yeah.
Armchair doctor anecdotal evidence of everything it's accomplishing for you.
Well, I know why I started. I know I started after 22 years of not touching it, right? And that was because I don't know if I would still be here if I was still on the regiment that the VA had put me on. I don't know if I would still be here. You know what I mean? Whether it was chemically taken out or fucking mentally gone.
You know, there's a lot of
It
stories.
fucking ruined me, right?
Yeah.
And when I started smoking weed, everything got better, right? Now, again, to Jazz's point, because I agree with you, there's a difference between doing it recreationally to get high and, oh, you need a sleep aid.
Yeah.
Hit this pen before you go to bed while you're laying in bed and then go to sleep. There's a fucking world of difference between that, right? Like if you're like, no, I'm high now. Like, that's a world of difference.
Yeah,
right?
but if you're
Like,
going to be like, oh, I got really high and watched Harry Potter.
So
that's not
it's
the same.
You
You're
know,
not doing this for aid. You're doing that because
Yeah.
you.
I've
You
had
just wanna get
conversations with multiple people about THC vape pens, right? And the long and the short of these conversations is they started using it for whatever it was, and then it transitioned eventually into I wake up, I hit my vape pen,
Yeah.
and I hit it nonstop throughout the day,
Yeah.
and I've been doing that for 6 months.
That's called a dependency.
Everyone that I've talked to that has used it to that extent and tried to stop has said it is the single worst withdrawals
Really?
and physical feelings coming off of that than anything else they've ever done. Because
You mute everything.
It's not going to be your normal person that's doing this. These people, they have an addictive personality. So I guarantee you in the past, they've gone down rabbit holes with other things and had to stop and went through those. And they said that THC vape pens was the worst thing they ever had to try to stop. You can't sleep, you can't eat, you can't focus, you can't do anything.
Well, because you
all the
don't
shit that's
you
in.
don't know how to function clean,
That's it.
and it's those are the same type of people. Like we've all known alcoholics, we've all known drug addicts, we've
Yeah.
all known, and there is no difference if you are a lifestyle
Yeah.
user of insert product here.
And cigarettes,
You're-
cigars,
You're
doesn't matter.
fucking horrible to be around. Like
No, cigars are different, man.
Well, like,
When's the last time you woke up and were like, fuck, I need a cigar right now?
that's true.
That happens every day with a cigarette.
That's true. When I was a smoker,
Yeah.
that first cigarette of the day was one of my favorite.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorites. Well, like I mentioned to you guys before the show that I'm taking some time off of weed, right? I'm taking a couple weeks off, right? I haven't felt any of that. There's been no withdrawal. Now, granted, I'm also not a wake up in the morning and start hitting a pen.
Yeah.
All right. Like I regulate myself. I'm like, hey, I'm not going to touch this until my day's over because I can't function and be high. Right. So like 4 o'clock, if I got nothing going on, sure.
Yeah.
Got it. But if I got shit going on,
Yeah.
no. You know what I mean? Like I'm not doing that. Right. Like, and that's how it's always been. Like, and so, or like I'll go out of town or like went to Roatan and was there for a week. I didn't have any weed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the whole time I'm fine, right? I mean, it's like after I quit smoking cigarettes, I feel like I can fucking stop anything. Like, if I'm serious. I feel like I can stop fucking doing anything that I try at whenever the fuck I want. Like, you know, it's like, hey, no big deal. Like, because that was fucking difficult.
Yeah.
Like that I don't know what heroin withdrawal feels like, but cigarette withdrawal fucking sucks.
Yeah.
I know that. You know, like,
Well, I know you guys can't quit drinking booze for a month.
I did.
Did not, sir.
Not last time, but the time before that I did.
I did. It just didn't happen to be that one
And I did
sober
push-ups.
October.
Remember?
Because I
we did
quit.
the push-ups?
I quit for a month after you guys tried to kill me on my birthday years ago. To the point where I had to redo all those drinks.
That's actually how I quit smoking. I smoked almost a pack on a blackout night on my birthday, and I woke up and there was like 3 left in there, and I was like, "Fuck these!" And I threw them down. I quit for like 2.5 years, man. Never touched it. Like, yeah, the power of birthdays.
right.
The power of birthdays.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Like I get it, and I agree. Like, if you're a fucking burnout, you know what you're doing. Like, you're not using this isn't plant-based medicine for you, bro. You know what I mean? Like, don't fucking don't piss on my back, tell me it's raining. You know, like, come on, man.
I almost, I don't know if I hate that term, but that term pisses me off.
Which one?
Medicine.
Yeah.
I don't know.
In regards to what?
When somebody are referring to drugs,
Oh, okay,
Yes.
okay.
I need my medicine.
So's Malort.
Medicine.
Technically, that's why it was developed.
So
Yeah.
there's your company.
That was made by a pharmacist, I believe, right?
Yeah, it was supposed to be an herbal-based medicinal remedy.
Yeah.
In it, so
I don't even call my medicine.
Med.
Yeah. Pills.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when I hear like, oh, I need my medicine.
I don't even refer to like a conversation. Like, oh, they give you meds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what medicine did they prescribe you?
you only hear that from those people. Like, it's holistic medicine.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
And it's like, oh,
so
really?
you're getting fucked up in the name of health.
This THC nerds rope cluster is your medicine?
Yeah.
Fuck off.
It's a therapeutic bender.
Yeah. That's like, I'm too much of a bitch to smoke this joint, so I need a nerd's rope. You know what I mean?
You know what's funny though? Like,
Those things are wonderful, though.
They
I'm not
are.
gonna lie, they're
you
fucking
you have somebody that's hooked on,
But I like
on-
regular nerds ropes too.
absolutely.
you have somebody that's hooked on like heroin or something, and then they prescribe them Suboxone,
Right.
which is just the synthetic version of it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's heroin
It's the
light.
same receptors.
and it's just like,
Well,
but that's medicine,
right. You know where
Yeah.
this is tracking, right? I've heard of heroin be referred to as medicine.
Yeah.
And like no, it's not.
Originally, it was.
Oh, okay.
Until they were like, hey, this don't work.
Yeah.
I mean, technically fentanyl's medicine, right? Like,
Yeah.
It
We
is?
also used to bleed people and use leeches. All right. So
That's true.
And they still use leeches,
This guy needs a good
and they still bleed people in certain places.
Yeah, they still bleed people too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
That's just like, unless
they
you have
used to they used to just prescribe cocaine when you had ghosts in your blood.
Yeah.
All right. So
What
you need to
was,
keep in mind is every time that
what
these
was
people
the-
come to be like,
what
oh,
was
it's
the ghost?
medicinal. And I'm like, you obviously don't know the history of medicine.
Let's talk about
For
laudanum.
well,
What was the ghost in the blood? What was
Cocaine. Oh,
No,
ghosts in the blood?
they-
You were essentially you were a fucking cunt. So they just gave you fucking oh, you have ghosts in your blood.
the Karen?
It's upsetting your humors.
what was it? They
Yeah.
prescribed Quaaludes to housewives.
Bitch ass housewives.
Karens, right?
No, well, for that. And
It was sleep aid.
yeah,
There was a
They didn't figure out that you got fucked up unless you could fight.
you
through
fight
the sleep,
yep.
and then you were just high as fuck.
wasn't there like they had like a dildo machine that doctors would come over and fuck wives to like stop their hysteria.
That's actually
Dude,
where
it was-
dildos came from.
Yeah.
Was it they would just make a girl come and then she'd calm the fuck down.
Imagine that.
Turns out that a good nut and some chicken nuggies and you're good to go.
Dude, a little post nut clarity goes a long way, man.
Fuck that.
Like, oh, I don't even know why I was mad at that. God, And these are the people that we trust with our health now. Like this was like the early days of medicine.
That's why they only practice.
Yeah, it's not a profession.
I've never been to a doctor's master. I've only been to a doctor's practice. There's
C's get degrees.
fucking bullshit.
Yes, they do. Yes.
If I can get paid that well for practicing, then I want my golf sponsorship. God damn it.
Right.
You just have to convince everyone that you know everything, and that they can't.
I
figure
know
it out
everything,
on their own.
but I'm still mid practice. You need to give me another 30 years or so before it.
And then I won't know, but I'll retire.
And then I won't know, but I'll retire. And I'll admit that the game, like all things, it has advanced beyond where my skill level.
Well, I was just going off of the knowledge that I gained throughout my time doing this. Yeah.
I'm going to send you something, Justin. And I got to give my boy a shout out because his last outing on this boat, he did this. So they captured a lot of drugs on his last outing.
Oh,
and, made some news headlines. Did you get that?
Yep.
All right.
It's pharmaceutical tracking.
But I thought this was pretty cool on his.
Has he punched a submarine yet?
No, he's
Not that cool.
He will never. His job doesn't allow him to do that. He got to disable the GPSs that were in all of the bales of drugs, though,
Oh, that's fucking dope.
as an electronics technician. But
$211 million.
he said it was actually about double that, but they gave some other agency credit for the other 200 million.
What?
But look at this. Look at these pictures.
Good Lord. This is actually
That
Okay, maybe
dog.
not
That
that
dog's just going nuts. Oh my god. Oh my god.
that first picture was actually a good photograph.
Yeah.
That one looks like it's on an iPhone.
Go to the next one. Yeah. There's
That's a
one
better
where they got
That's
it.
so much medicine.
That's a lot of cocaine.
So much medicine.
That's so much medicine, dude.
Go to the next one.
Nobody's gonna have any ghosts in their
There you
blood.
go.
Oh.
No ghosts in that blood.
So that's my boy's boat. And, yeah.
Is he in this picture?
He should be somewhere. I don't know exactly where though.
He's the one in blue.
Yeah, he's got a hat on. Definitely doesn't have scrambled eggs on the hat, though.
I feel like that's Darren right there.
Yeah, right.
Tilt his head over.
I do it. Shout out to
Fucking
these
way to go,
gangsters.
Darren.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Fucking A, dude. That's dope.
Pop up.
So that's
Out there making the world a more sober place.
Yeah.
Way to go, bud.
the Coast Guard boat Thetis, based out of Key West. So
He said fetus, by
Okay.
the way.
good job, boys.
You know what?
Hetis.
Thank you for that clarification.
Fetus, not the coach, not the USCGC fetus. That's a very different boat.
That's a submarine.
That's Woo. I said that to my wife the other day. She was in the bathtub, and I was like, "Look at you being a submarine."
But yeah, that's a lot of drugs, especially when you see it. Pallets and pallets
Yeah,
here.
okay.
So anyway,
What are you laughing about?
What the
Called your wife a submarine.
what do you have up there, Justin?
Everybody's airdropping me shit.
Who airdropped you that?
Jesus, John. What year is it?
I'm gonna not throw this up on the screen so we can get.
It's definitely on the screen.
Well, the viewers can't see.
Yeah,
this
No,
one.
good.
I'm not touching that.
It's not wrong though.
Yeah, go,
It's accurate.
go to the first one, the top one. Yeah. So I got to shout out our sponsor and good friend Murph, Jason Murph from Grill Your Ass Off. I ordered some stuff, and this is how my package came. There was this.
I bet it smelled good.
It smelled delicious, absolutely, because that's Hellfire Honey. Right? I knew right away. Go to the next one.
Give me 1 second.
He's trying to hide the other one.
By the way, it was a box with a wet corner on it.
Yeah. For those of you listening. And it clearly
Oh yeah, that
went
definitely
kaboom boom in there.
blew
Right?
up.
So I had to clean my jerky. I had to clean my fucking mango habanero, you know? Like-
What?
This is how Mikey was cleaning his bag of jerky.
Yeah. Can we get a demonstration of how you clean that?
Nope. So I take these pictures, I send them to Murph, and I go, "Hey man." And the funny thing is that Murph puts a fucking sticker on the side of the box that says, "Dear postal carrier, do not drop kick." I think they were like, challenge accepted.
Right.
Because there was no more of that barbecue sauce left in that thing.
Did you get some chicken nuggets and just dip in the box?
Nah, because I didn't know how long it had been in there. It was starting to like coagulate and shit. And I was
Pussy.
like, fuck. I know, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Spoken like a
So, but shout out to Murph. You know, I send these to him, and he's like, "Motherfuckers." He's like, "Hey, send it to the warehouse. You know, hit him up, and he'll fucking do it." So shoot him a message, and I think the message I wrote was pretty good. It was. I sent it to Dylan over there. Dylan runs the warehouse there. And it was, the subject line said, "My package was delivered by a retard." That's what I put in the subject line. I was like, "Dylan, my mail guy apparently likes to use my GYAO packages as soccer balls. I need another Hellfire Honey, my dude. Murph told me to hit you up about it." Mike, right? Send him the pictures. And he's like, "Even retards can read. It clearly says, 'Do not drop kick' on the sticker. I'll get you a new one sent out tomorrow morning." And sure shit, you know. And then he was like, "Do you need it for the weekend? I'm coming down to San Antonio to hang out with some friends on Friday. I could drop it off for you." I'm like, "No, I don't.
yeah.
I appreciate you,
Yeah,
dude.
that's
but
awesome.
no, you're all good, man. Not necessary, but
Yeah.
that's customer service, man. That's another level where it's like, hey, dude, I'll hand deliver this shit to you."
Yeah, but
'Cause
then
I
he'll also
happen
do
to be-
things like I'll order beef jerky that I sell in my bar from him
Yeah.
because I have a wholesale account. So I'll order all of my beef jerky from him. And then he thinks it's hilarious to send me a fucking 5-foot tall grill your ass off display stand to hold 6 flavors of jerky. The stand's not designed to hold the jerky at all.
No, it's made for his seat,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah.
But he sent me his, as he describes it, his big ass display stand to hold grill your ass off shit. So, Murph, very funny. I used it.
Yeah.
I put it up.
It's got a new hole in it.
I sell other people's shit on it. No, it's a. I tried to put the jerky. I know it doesn't hold it up though, but I don't know why you sent me that thing's expensive as fuck. I know how much those things cost. Like, why did you send me that?
That's funny.
You probably hit. It was
Huge
probably
ass-
like an automatic. You
It
hit a
probably was.
minimum
I
order
probably
amount,
hit
and
some
they're like,
order
"Oh,
amount. They were
gets
like,
this
"Oh, he
now."
gets a display." It was jerky.
That's probably what it was. But shout out, buddy. Appreciate you, man. I got my Hellfire Honey.
You sent me a cool flag though.
Yeah.
You sent me some like retailer kit, whatever. Too.
I'm still laughing at the fact that you called your wife a submarine because she was in the bathtub. Fucking.
I mean,
The more you think about it, the funnier it is.
What do you mean technically?
it's technically a thing. You're right.
Yeah,
I'm agreeing with you.
there was a
agree with you.
human underwater in a different vessel. I'm like,
Yeah.
that makes my wife a submarine. She's a goddamn.
This is
submarine.
sound logic. I don't know what the problem is.
For some reason, I have a torpedo tube joke.
Well, that's how the whole thing started.
Right. It's like backwards, though.
Yeah, but
Like the
I like how
torpedoes come
Justin-
out, not go
Justin
in.
just now got the joke. He's
I was dealing with like fucking 7 airdrops coming in at the same time. I didn't even hear it. I'm hearing this for the first time now.
You should start referring to her butthole as a porthole. Just be like,
well, yeah. I
don't
called
forget
her-
to clean your porthole.
Came by and called her a submarine, and she was like,
Sound logic. Makes sense to me.
"Tracks."
It really does.
This is not an original by me, but I don't think my wife had heard it until I called her my ex-girlfriend the other day.
Yeah.
That one went over well.
Yeah.
It's true.
Totally.
I also called my wife for turducken when that took her a minute.
That's funny.
Is that while you were
I think you'd have to.
part of that?
I think that's only sometimes.
I'll let you figure out the mise en scène.
God damn it.
And that a accoutrement.
That was the funniest way to ask your buddy if he was fucking. Is that why you were part of that?
Yeah, I had to think about it, right? I didn't want to be rude.
Oh man, that's new age fucking dirty talk. I'm gonna turn you into a turducken. Get over here. Translation: I'm gonna put a baby in.
Who's my little Thanksgiving dinner?
Show me them novelty meats. Fuck. Okay. Okay, friend.
It's in there for a reason.
It is.
Oh wow. Yeah. So and then
Grab another one.
That's a good one.
yeah, sorry that.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
You're not going to save it. Just grab another
My little,
Yeah. Can
my
I
little
try? it?
submarine.
Is it yellow?
I mean, I fucking hope not.
Yeah. This is an unpopular
That either means
opinion.
it's not mine or it's jaundiced. So let's.
Most of them come out jaundiced.
Yeah, that's true. I need explanations either way.
Yeah. Unpopular opinion. I think the Beatles are trash. And I've gotten shit for that my whole life.
Okay.
Like, I just don't like the Beatles,
Okay.
you know? Right? Thank you. I know.
I have no opinion.
I know it's okay. Like, yeah. But I used to get into it. I was like, they made fucking songs about yellow submarines. And people
Yeah.
are like, it's life-changing. And it's like, I don't know if I'd call it life-changing. Am I naive enough to say that they didn't pave the way? Absolutely. They paved the way for a lot of artists, right?
Catchy as
That's
fuck.
also what happens when you are a lifestyle drug user.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yellow Submarine's such a good song.
So I mean, that was also in the. So that was the post. I went on a psychedelic retreat and came back and made music. Beatles, like the one that you were taking a break for, and they came back and did all that shit because that's when they made Magical Mystery Tour, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, Yellow Submarine. That was all post when they went and did all of their chemical reboot in their brain, and then came back and made. That's the psychedelic era of the Beatles. Because prior to that, they were straight pop rock. That's all. Meet the Beatles, rock and roll music.
Do me a solid. If I come back fucking weird, punch me in the fucking face.
Well, I will.
Thank you. You're good you're a good dude.
What if
Wait, do you mean weirder?
Like you
different
know
way?
what I mean. Like
he
you know
comes
what I
back
mean.
and he's not that.
Yeah, if I'm not me, smack the shit out of me.
Do we-
Get the sense back into me.
Do we really know what Mikey is?
Yeah.
Are we still
Yeah.
learning?
The funny
We
thing
have very
is
solid
that he's saying he
left
wants to
and
go to change, but doesn't want to come back any different.
No, it's not what I'm saying.
He only
there
wants
are-
to change for the good.
There are aspects of my life that I want to try to improve. There are aspects of my life that I want to try to improve. The things that I don't want to try to improve, which is what makes me me, I want to stay the same. And like, that's what I want. That's why I want to make sure my intentions are very, very clear.
So you want to end up being a degenerately good person.
I think he wants to be a responsible degenerate.
Yeah.
Like I said, I have some soul searching. I need to figure out exactly what my intentions.
you might literally go find God?
I didn't know I lost him.
Well,
No, he just means a dude that refers to himself as God.
No, that guy will get his ass whipped.
that's Jesus, and
That's David Koresh.
He's just one of the guys that's going to be there with Mike.
yeah.
Yeah.
I found Jesus. You mean
I found Waldo.
You mean the Mexican guy next to you?
Look at it too. He's fucking hanging out right
Hey,
there.
Susan on hell.
What are you talking about? He's right there.
You missed a
Yeah.
good weekend of riding, though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Friday was dead, so it was awesome. Except Michelle wanted to get stuck on purpose
Okay,
because she wanted to learn how to use the winch and the pulleys and all this shit, right?
it's a good reason to get stuck.
Yeah, and it was fun, and she was doing great, right? Like she would not let me help tie knots, nothing. Like she did
Awesome.
everything, right? She's crawling through the fucking mud, awesome. And then our winch broke,
Oh.
and we
Bum,
were,
bum,
we
bum.
were stuck. So it cost me $100 to get the skid loader from the front to come down and fucking pull us out. Shout out to them. Did a great job. They
Yeah.
didn't break nothing. We didn't break nothing, which I thought.
Hey,
we did.
that's a
Except the
good
winch.
day.
I fucking thought we did.
Yeah.
I thought we did.
You can break nothing except the winch.
Well, but come to find out, the winch wasn't broke. It just unwinded the whole way. Like I pulled it all the way out. It's not supposed to come all the way out.
Yeah.
So I assumed the rope just broke.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, fuck. And it was all caked in mud at that point. So
Yeah.
there's no way I could have got to it.
Yeah.
And then it's late Friday night and we're out in the back and I get stuck. Not like stuck bad, but stuck where I needed the winch. I'm like, fuck. And we were in the middle of nowhere and there was nobody else riding
Oh,
and it was
no.
late as shit, right? So I'm like, I'm going to fix the winch. I'm going to figure out how, right? And luckily I could get my hand in there, get the rope around the winch, tie it in a knot, and then wrap it one more time around itself. Like, so
Yeah.
we got it out again. But
Nice.
yeah, it was a fun weekend. The weather was perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
Nice, dude.
You need to come with us. I think.
I really want to.
Yeah, you'll enjoy it.
Yeah,
the
I think-
boys will get a kick out of it.
I think so too. I definitely think I took went to SeaWorld
Yeah.
on Friday. Have you ever been to SeaWorld?
Yeah.
Have you been to the one here? Have you been
No.
to
It's-
Orlando?
It's probably been 20 something.
Orlando or San Diego?
Orlando.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So have you ever been to SeaWorld? You ever seen like killer whales out in the wild or anything like that? You ever seen them on TV and shit and stuff
I
like
know
that,
what they
right?
are.
Yeah, right. Leave it to San Antonio to have obese fucking killer whales.
Really?
We have the fattest. I swear to God, they're not feeding them. I think they're feeding them churros. Like they're not feeding them fucking like they are fucking obese as fuck, man. Once we have here, I've seen because I've been to SeaWorld. I've seen killer whales in the wild. I've seen you probably have too when you did your Alaska tour, fucking, and I've seen them in San Diego. The ones here, fat. Fucking fat.
They have to go with the stigma of San Antonio.
Dude, it's like they gave them fucking diabetes. Question though, do they lose a fin since they don't have feet if they get diabetes?
I think they just die.
Yeah, probably. But San Antonio's killer whales are fucking, they got the panza. Like they got fupas.
After that documentary came out about like the old SeaWorld
Yeah.
and how horrible they
Like
were.
the
to-
real Shamu.
Yeah, like the real Shamu. The documentary called Blackfish. And after that came out and it like an original SeaWorld went under and then
Yeah.
they did the reboot and stuff. I think the care of those animals has gone more to they're like, no, they live a life of luxury now. And it's like, you can't have killer whales.
Yeah.
I know they're called orcas, internet, relax. You can't have killer whales and then do things like they don't get to do killer shit. Like these are
Yeah.
actually really smart, like tactical animals.
Yeah.
You ever seen that shit where they like cause waves to like flip over icebergs to eat seals?
When,
and shit?
fucking-
Like,
when any
brilliant.
animals learn on their own how to hunt together,
Right.
that gets scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
And then you stick them in a big fishbowl and go like, oh, we're just gonna hand feed everything to you or whatever. Like,
Eventually, they're going to want to eat more than what you're giving
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I was down in Roatan, I've been going down there for a long time now. There's one resort that has dolphin pens in their little bay area, except it's not fully enclosed.
Oh.
There's a gate and it's open, and so the dolphins are free to come and go as they want,
Oh, I know which one you're talking
That's
about.
cool.
Yeah.
but they don't leave
Really?
Why would they?
because they don't have to hunt.
It's free food.
So they just hang out, swim
Well-
around, do their thing, get fed.
But I bet they enjoy it then.
Well, and that's the thing. They're
well,
they can
instinctually
leave.
they're just gonna go. Well, there's no effort.
Yeah, I don't. Why am I going to go out there where I have to work, or I can just sit here and
But
chill
you-
and I
you see
know they're.
You see it
coming
in
by.
all animals. They'll
Yeah.
stay in a place long enough as there's a food source, and then
Sure.
when the food source runs out, they move.
Yep.
Or if water runs out, they move and stuff like that. Well, these guys are all getting.
Yep.
It's guaranteed food.
Well, look at how we quote unquote hunt here in Texas. You know what I mean? It's the exact same thing. You think those deer just happened upon that fucking feeder? No, that's a routine, man. They know exactly where that
Well,
motherfucker
it's
is.
how we got civilization too. We literally
Yeah.
found a spot where we could grow food and just stay there instead of having to constantly look for it. So we just stopped moving around.
Yeah,
That's when hunter-gatherers stopped.
Originally,
Like-
humans are nomadic.
Yep. We
Yeah.
wandered to find food.
At some point, they created civilization. Then people were like, "Oh,
The
Civilization came because we figured out that we could grow food.
that's what it is. Yeah, well, that's the growing theory. Is that it's I think it's what's called the growing theory, right? Like,
Yeah, well, we now know. It's,
Yeah.
With the reason, so we were northern, and then the further south we went, we figured out that food would just grow out of the ground.
Yep.
And they figured out how to replicate it, that the seed could then make. And once they figured that out, humans stopped moving around. Like they just kind of.
Yep.
It's amazing.
And then
to me
evolution just happened, and some of us turned white.
the people who could figure out like the whole plants and shit like that, right? Like, I don't have the attention span to like, oh, 5 seasons later, I figured this out. Like
how to grow it or what's good for you and what'll kill you.
yeah, well, that's more instant.
It's really
right?
just trial and error.
Yeah.
That was more of like, well, Ugga over there ate that berry and died, but Dugga over there ate that berry and lived. Don't eat that berry.
Yeah.
Like that's a
Yeah. Be like Dugga.
yeah.
Don't be like Ugga.
No, don't be like Ugga.
But I don't
Dugga.
think corn is like a wild thing,
Oh yeah.
right? So how did we figure out corn?
There's
Corn as we know it is domesticated.
Yeah, corn we
Yeah.
invented,
I know, but
No, there's
who
wild
invented
maize,
that?
and that just grow on its own.
you know,
but it's still
But corn as we know it came from.
it's
Yeah.
do you know broccoli was invented?
Really
yeah.
It's not
job.
natural.
good job.
Either is corn. Like
Yeah.
it's
There's a lot.
man-made
Yeah, corn as
manufactured
we
thing.
know it
Yeah.
is nowhere near what like natural maize happened.
Well, and like carrots and shit.
Who figured out popcorn?
Selective
Selective
breeding
breeding.
of a wild grass.
Who figured out popcorn? I'm gonna let this thing.
I
dry
guarantee
out,
you
and
that
then I'm
was
gonna put it in a
something-
microwave.
I guarantee
the
you-
indigenous people that no, the
I guarantee
indigenous
you it caught on
people,
fire.
the indigenous people that lived in Death Valley figured out popcorn.
Yeah, it just did it naturally.
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, see, selective breeding. Essentially, we want to eat this, but this shit's too hard. So just
How do we make it
keep making
edible?
the stuff that's more edible. And the longer you did it, the softer it got and easier to eat.
Yeah. It's also why we have pugs.
Well, every breed is like there is no natural breed.
Pugs came
Yeah.
from corn.
Oh, wolves. And that's about it.
But those, it's canine, but it's not a dog.
Yeah, right.
Like,
Right.
Pugs came from corn.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
Huh.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's why they breathe weird.
I can see it.
Yeah.
pugs actually have the same ancestry as Vienna sausages.
Same calorie content too.
People started their life in a can.
So
What about
I was-
corgis?
That's-
that's
Any-
British. That doesn't even count.
any dog that cannot survive without human like helping them shouldn't be here, which includes both of mine. Like 2 of my dogs would never survive without humans. Tank would have fucking choked himself on his own food the
Yeah.
first day one,
Right.
and Coco's just fat. Just
Tank
obese
wouldn't have
fat.
been there because they can't breed.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, that's true too.
So don't worry about choking on food.
Yeah, yeah. Like fucking dogs, man. Makes me appreciate Tessie every
Then I've got-
day.
then I've Fucking mind. Freya came in the house the other day with an entire quarter of a rabbit still in her mouth,
Atta
I
girl.
brought you a present, Dad.
skinned and everything. Like, and we could not find the rest of the rabbit.
Well, she ate it.
But she came and Caitlin was like, "What's in your mouth?" And I looked over and it was, we have like those brown hairs or whatever that because
Little
our
cotton.
house backs up to that green
Little
space. They come
cottontails.
underneath the fence. And she got a hold of one. She came in, but it was the leg hanging out, and she had like degloved part of the leg, so it was like flopping out. And I was like, "Is it a fucking snake?" And then I went and grabbed it. I was like, "That's not a snake." And I had to literally pry her mouth open
Yeah.
and pulled out
She's like, fuck you, man. This is
whole
mine.
skinned and everything.
This
just
was my
the
snack.
rear quarter of
It's
a
like, I earned
rabbit.
this
And I was
one.
like, all right, well, you got the rest of the fucking thing. You can't have this.
Yeah.
Like, but
Squirrel. Have you ever gone squirrel hunting with dogs?
no.
It's interesting. It's interesting because like the dogs, the only treat they want to do, they just want to eat the heads.
Yeah.
But it's like that's fine.
Really?
Yeah, they like eating the heads. They're nice and crunchy. I guess. Like
I guess.
yeah, they just fucking
I feel
chow
like
down
it'd
on
be like
fucking
eating like a
squirrel.
little gusher. You
Probably.
bite into it in the brain.
Yeah, that's kind of yeah.
I've eaten squirrel.
It's delicious.
I had squirrel cooked on a salt block in West Virginia.
Tree chicken, man. Hell yeah.
I got a pretty decent squirrel gravy, like biscuits and gravy recipe.
Yeah,
It's really good.
that's actually the Meat Eater cookbook has one of those.
Yeah.
Has a squirrel gravy recipe. It's pretty good. Yeah. Like cooking and preparing wild game. The one that Stephen Vanilla wrote.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's pretty good. Yeah, Tank or Tessie found a baby bunny in the backyard a couple weeks ago. And I was like, fuck. it was bleeding a little bit because she picked it up, but she was like soft mouthing it, and she wasn't hurting the thing, but it was freaking the fuck out, and it scared the shit out of the kids because out of nowhere, you've heard rabbits squeal like that is a blood curdling yell that they make, right? Like it is. Holy fuck. Right? So it doesn't matter how little they are or how big they are all loud and wild, right? So Haley was like, a fucking rabbit out here. I think Tessie killed it. And I went out and it was the size of my palm, dude. It was little, and I was like, all right, like this thing's. So I put it under the deck and I was like, Godspeed, buddy, but it's not looking good for the home team. I'll hide you from the dogs. I'll give you a fighting chance. Right? Like I even took some of the little burrow that it had and like stuck it in there and around it so it would have some protection and shit. And I was like, but other than that, you're on your own, chief. Like
nature.
Yeah. Because like Jazz, I have a green belt and it means everything comes into my fucking yard all the goddamn time. I've killed snakes. I've killed fucking rabbits, squirrels, all kinds of shit back there. Like the only time I've ever been worried is the cottonmouth, or not the cottonmouth, the copperhead that I found, and I was like, yeah, I don't like that being here. Like that one was a problem. Like, it was like right, like I have like the swing set in the backyard. Yeah, like it was like underneath the swing, and I was like, fuck. like that was the only thing. John, I'm not worried about. John will be like, fuck that, and he'll run. Like J-Mo will be like, what is that? Can I touch this? What is it? Like, fucking,
friend?
Dude, that kid, he's going to have a job with his name on a shirt, for sure. Love my child. Holy fuck. That boy.
Hey, you had a job with your name on your shirt.
Yeah, yeah. And I never claimed to be the smartest guy around either. Fuck. That kid. Common sense missed that one. It all went to his brother. But,
anything in current events, Justin, besides the fucking riots?
I don't really want to talk about it either.
Yeah,
that's kind of been taken over. But I will show y'all my new.
I got one.
Oh, go for it.
No, go ahead.
What's your new favorite?
My new favorite trend going around is these AI Bigfoots and gorillas.
Okay.
This one in particular is fucking awesome.
Okay.
Fuck Scotty, fuck Bryson, and fuck Tiger too. I'm about to split this fairway like your mom's legs.
Watch this drive, 350 dead straight.
So for the listeners, this is a human that looks like a gorilla.
Yeah.
No, it's just a gorilla that's AI.
It's gorilla AI. It's just there's AI of this running all over the place now.
Like they have like if the Bible had fucking iPhones or if social media was around, it's like, what up, fam? It's your boy David. I'm about to yeet this stone at Goliath. What up? It's fucking hilarious, man. They're funny as shit.
It's my favorite trend going on right now.
Yeah.
Everybody, like,
Are they just chat GPT and that shit? Or
it's
something like it.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's some other AI platform that's making the videos.
fucking great though.
Awesome.
They're
There's
really
a lot of
funny.
them out there now.
There was one where it was Bigfoot and the Abominable Snowman, and they found cocaine in the jungle. And they're just like, I'm zooted out of my fucking mind right now. It's fucking awesome. What'd you got, Scott?
Elon versus Trump.
Oh yes,
Woo!
Elon versus Trump.
So I got a
think
question.
this is how we get a Dr. Evil. I'll be honest.
I have a question for you guys.
Yeah, I
Okay.
saw a headline that says that, and I was hoping Celebrity Deathmatch was back.
Right.
So I have a question for you. You have these two guys that are very well known that obviously have direct lines of communication.
Yeah.
Right. They're also very strategic thinkers.
Right.
You think it's planned?
Why are they doing this publicly?
You think it's
What are they baiting and what are they leading up to? There's no reason that they go that hard in the paint.
That would be like if I
because Elon out
pissed
the
off
gate, dude.
if I was pissed off at you, John, and I tweeted, "Yeah, John can go fuck himself" or whatever. You know what I mean? Like
John's on the Epstein list. That's what hasn't been released.
right. Like, come on.
Like that's out the gate.
The list for what?
Do you think that they're baiting to try to get the other side to force that list? And they know that, Trump's been on flights, but the flight logs that he's on has never been to the island.
I don't know. Or
you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what it is, but it has to be.
I'll tell you this:
are
if
they-
Trump would have been on those flight lines, on those flight logs to the island, Biden would have dropped that shit
Yeah.
during the election cycle.
of course.
100%.
But like, what are they leading up to?
Or is it like
The LA riots.
Elon's like, hey, Donald, I lost all my customer base. I'll try to get you back in with the left. So they buy EVs again from you.
But-
I don't know. Like
I saw some dude who was like,
But
It's
how is
like,
it?
dude,
How
now
is
I
it
got
beneficial
MAGA.
to Trump?
he's like, now I got MAGA and liberals trying to fuck up my Tesla. Like, I can't fucking win, man.
But you know, like if Trump's going to do it, it has to be beneficial to him in some way, shape, or form.
I would think.
Just look at his track.
yeah, he's got a pretty good track record.
You know, so like, what is? I want to know what they're
So
trying to tee up here.
I don't know.
I will say, going off
I
face
think
value,
this is how we get a supervillain. I'll be
Well,
honest.
Going off face value, Elon makes a couple good points about the big blue, the big old big beautiful
Yes.
bill.
And they were the
He
same,
makes some good points.
Same points I made. Like this is fucking
Yeah.
bullshit.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And but there is some, but he's using just math. He's just mathing it out, and he's like, that's not going to sustain.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Like, what the fuck did I do for the last 4 months?
yeah,
Yeah.
like that's not going to sustain. Like that's going to still be a drain on our deficit. You know what I mean? Like that's going to be a thing. Like, you know, so he makes good points. You know what I mean?
But-
he makes good points. That's all I'm saying.
It feels kind of childish though. Like
Oh, it's very childish.
I'm gonna-
You have his
I'm-
number.
I'm gonna dismantle the space program.
Yeah, I'll take my ball and go home.
Yeah, like okay, all right.
Well, I'm just not going to work with NASA. It's like, and then, but it was funny because then Trump was like, cool, we'll pull all your funding. And he's like, I mean, I'll work with NASA. like it was like real quick. Like the threat of losing government funds obviously works.
Yeah.
Obviously works. You know, like
I don't know though. That just it seems like
who's the one politician you'd like to punch in the face though?
Jerry Nadler.
Oh, okay. I'm with Gavin Newsom right now.
Yeah.
I'd like to hit him.
What's the other fucking guy? The one that like was all in the Russiagate shit.
Oh, Adam Schiff.
Adam Schiff.
Yeah, I'd definitely
Yeah.
hit that guy in the face.
Yeah.
He's on the list
Yeah,
for
he-
sure.
Yeah. He's such a lying piece of
That
shit.
dude is such a shitbag, man. Like he's a terrible person.
Yeah.
What a terrible human.
That was
being.
my celebrity deathmatch duo was Schiff and Nadler.
nice.
It'd be fun.
That would be fun.
I mean,
do you get to
Schiff-
kill the? Do you get to kill the winner?
Sure. In my dreams, yeah. Schiff would definitely win. Jerry Nadler couldn't fight his way out of a wet paper bag.
Truth.
Yeah.
Truth. Who do you think would be a good fight?
Ooh, politically?
Like a good fight? Like who in the political spectrum would be a good fight?
Well, we already know JD's a killer.
I mean,
It's true.
he's got one pope on his fucking notch. Yeah. But honestly, I don't think JD Vance is a very tough guy. I don't give a fuck if he's a Marine or not, dude. He's a fucking combat correspondent. It's not like he was a fucking grunt.
Yeah.
Like,
But
you know, like-
he's in the top 10% if you compare
thought
him to
all Marines were
politicians.
yeah, sure. I'm sure he could shoot. I'm talking about a fist fight. like he was a fucking tan belt in McMap. That does not make him a badass. Like he didn't even get to figure 4, dude. He didn't even get to figure 4.
Still top 10%.
Turns out he just needed to turn the page. Like, it was just
Yeah, it's on the next page. I tell you, I found my McMap instructor book.
I talked to another level 4 McMap guy and literally told him my theory that I think that phrase comes from.
I mean, it
the
makes
fact that it's
sense.
FIG, and he just went, "Fuck, dude, that is the most Marine thing I've ever fucking heard in my life."
It would
I was
make
like,
sense. It would totally make sense.
because it's the only discipline that calls it that.
Yeah. It's not even, it's because it's like rear naked choke figure 4 variant. And it's like, there's no variant. It's the same thing. It's the same exact thing. Super weird. Anyways, I'm not going down that old rabbit hole.
I would throw Crenshaw in the fighting thing.
Or you can come at it from the blind side.
Zing.
You know?
No, not you fight them. Like 2 politicians that you would think would be a good fight.
I don't give a fuck.
No, I don't either.
Yeah.
This isn't a serious topic.
I thought like
Like for a charity fight.
Sure.
Who's the dude from Pennsylvania? that wears like hoodie.
You don't want to fight
basketball.
That dude's a fucking lunatic.
I bet
fight
he's.
that.
I bet he's got that special kind of stuff.
I'm not fighting him.
Yeah,
Dan
dude,
Crenshaw's fighting him.
You don't want to fight that. That's the kind of guy that eats onions like apples.
That dude's
He does look like Shrek.
he's
You don't want to
touched,
fight
man.
that guy.
That dude's touched.
I want to Nancy Pelosi and Joe Biden.
Oh, Pelosi would kick his.
But I think Pelosi would fucking drown him with a fun bag.
But they're in motorized wheelchairs
And they're jousting.
with spears.
Oh, okay. I'm into this.
Pelosi would still win.
I still think so. Well,
Stick
I
him on
think-
top of Battle Bot.
I don't think either of them are going to figure it out. How to, you know what I mean?
It'd be like his accidental suicide.
Exactly. Like one of them's just going to happen to run into the other one and be like, "Oh shit!" Gonna get Joe Rogan commentating.
I want to see Kamala and fucking AOC go at it.
That'd be entertaining.
That would be entertaining.
No, Kamala wins that.
Yeah, but
Oh,
that has to be in an inflatable pool filled with Jello.
I mean, I'm just picking the fighters. You name the terms.
I think it's a boxy ring, but it's actually a bouncy castle.
There you
Ooh.
go. That's fun.
I like
Like it's like a bouncy
Yeah.
castle version of.
Think you
fucking
bounce off the
boxing.
wall.
And it's
for Superman punch.
and it's refereed by Nancy Pelosi.
So you won't even be able to catch up.
Dude, I'm not worried about that. I'm here for the bounce, man.
Why do you want to see Nancy Pelosi's fun bags?
Have you seen them?
Justin, pull
No,
them
I
up.
haven't.
Pull up those fucking glory. Worth every penny. Gotta be.
I mean,
Gotta be,
they're
right?
ancient, but they're
When you're
big.
114, they don't stay that perky. That's
yeah.
had some work done.
The first successful
Even-
medical grade breast augmentation was in 1963.
Even God said
She had
I
to be
didn't
real
make
close to
those.
that.
Real close. Yeah.
You know, they only last like
Weird that I know that fun fact.
7 to
I
10
wrote
years.
a bit about it.
I think she's getting up. She's just trading them in like a Chevy.
About every 10
Yeah,
years,
why
you got to get them redone.
Look at those things. Tell me you want to watch those in a bouncy house.
No.
Not
She's
really.
just gonna come
I
up to you and be
don't.
like, "Go ahead, John, connect the dots like a fucking highlights magazine."
Yeah.
and you just
All right, you can zoom out. No, I'm good.
I don't want to see those, Mike. I don't.
Look at them.
No. just
the
look.
caption on that
just-
says Pelosi's peaches.
Just take your focal point and move it up 18 inches and then tell me if you want to keep looking.
Right.
Oh no, that's my punching target.
No.
Is it okay to hit a woman if she's probably responsible for mass death?
It's 2025, man. You can hit it whoever you want.
That's true.
What does she identify as?
A problem.
Yeah. How
I
about
thought that was
Pelosi?
Miley or
Ooh, Pelosi and Hillary is a fight.
what's her name?
Pelosi and Maxine Waters.
Hi, it's me. I'm the problem.
Taylor Swift.
There we go.
I'm the problem. It's me. Yeah.
Speaking of misgendering things, the dive shop down in Roatan has a cat. Cat's name, well, what I thought the cat's name was Panda, because it's white with black spots. Panda makes sense,
Doesn't
right?
matter to you.
Panda, who we thought was a female, and also at one point everyone thought Panda was pregnant. Turns out Panda is a male,
Just a fat dude.
and his name. Oh, what's his name? He has another name. Panda's got it fucking figured out. So it was Panda something he, she, they is what everyone calls the cat now because they don't really know. But Panda has 4 different locations that feed the cat on a daily basis. But it sleeps at the dive shop. So it'll sleep at the dive shop, and during the day it'll go explore and hit up the other 3 locations for food and then
Get
come
fed,
back.
then come back.
Yeah.
Put a camera on it.
I was like, motherfucker.
like
I'm like, this
killer
cat's
whales.
gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
Same pattern and everything.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah. Yeah, it's like the dolphins. I'm not leaving. I know where I get food.
yeah.
Those fucking killer whales, man. You know, they do like they beach themselves up on the thing and then they throw the food in their face or whatever.
You just see it grunt.
Dude, you can tell that thing's struggling to get up, man. Like it's like fucking, oh God. It gets up there, it's just like, just fucking dumping churros or whatever the fuck they are. Then it slimes back down. It can't even waddle. It's like, oh God.
Dumping churro.
Dude, it's so fucking fat. Wow.
Charles Barkley was right.
Dude, he's definitely right about the fucking killer whales here, dude.
Caitlin found a bunch of fucking like highlight reel videos on TikTok of Charles Barkley talking about San
Yeah.
Antonio. She's
Mhm.
fucking dying.
She's
She's sitting there just cackling on the couch. And I was like, what the fuck are you laughing about? And she starts showing me all these videos. I was like, oh, well, I mean,
It's not wrong.
It got resurgence because Shaq went on the fucking.
they're ending their basketball show, and so he was like, "Oh no, the podcast."
He went on
Yeah.
the podcast with why am I Travis
Pivot.
Kelsey? Yeah, he went on the Pivot show with fucking the Kelsey brothers, and he was talking about how he's like,
Oh, that's New
he's
Heights.
like,
Sorry.
he's like Charles Barkley is one of the funniest people alive because like I guess like they got called in early for a show and they were like they don't ever do that for us because usually we just show up and commentate, right? And he's like, but they got called in like a couple hours early, so the whole crew went in there and they had like this big important talk and they were like, Charles, you need to apologize. And he's like, all right, got it. And they go live and he's like, they want me to apologize and I'm not gonna because San Antonio, you got big women. Fucking straight up. Just double down on it. And he's like, you're not fucking firing me. I'm Charles Barkley. He's like, fuck you, man. Like, fucking respect it. Fucking
they were
respect it.
commentating that Houston game and they had like the halftime show or whatever. And it was some dude laying on his back, like flipping this woman with his feet, like over and over and over again. Charles was like, you know, that's not San Antonio. They got the big old women down there.
Or that one time when there was like girls like waving, how about me, Charles? He's like,
They're
"You
not
bust-"
from there.
he's
They
like,
bust him in from Dallas.
he bust them in from Dallas.
It's so true though.
Oh yeah.
There
Like,
are some smoke shows here in San Antonio. The problem is it's
what do you think that ratio is to Panza?
when you really
To
see it,
gordita.
where you really see it is in airports.
yeah. So here's how I will describe the female pool in San Antonio.
I think it's more of a lake or an ocean.
Give me a Venn diagram.
No, here's the best comparison. You ever been to a buy here, pay here car lot?
This is off to a great start.
Okay.
Okay. So like you're looking around and it's like, these are all cars.
They are.
For sure, certified cars.
Yeah.
There's probably only about 2 in this lot that you want anybody to see you in. It's like,
Yep.
but you have availability to everything on the lot.
Like you can get a ride.
Right. Now it you may not want the payments. But you're going to get her. But there's 2 of them.
Or you may not like how it handles.
Yeah.
But you definitely have the credit score.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then but the guy that owns the lot has 2 on there. And he knows what he's got.
Yeah. They're hidden.
And so you really got to dig around and ask the right people and get the right door opened. But they do exist.
None of our wives are from San Antonio.
Nope.
Not one of them. Yeah. Funny, dude. All right. This has gone on a while.
Yeah.
It's a weird show.
Big shout out to our Patreon supporters.
Yeah.
We got a few this week, boys.
Oh, yeah?
Shout out to Ryan. He bought us a drink.
Thanks,
Shout
Ryan.
out to Lee, who bought the round.
Oh.
So we're
Oh.
drinking on Lee tonight.
My man Lee. Fucking
Shout out Kevin, also bought a drink. And then
Kevin.
big shout out to Jose. He upgraded from just buying a single drink to buying a round, boys. So big
Drink.
shout out to you
Hey.
guys.
Hey, Jose.
Jose got his tax return.
Yeah, he did. Appreciate you, dog. Appreciate all you guys, man. You guys are really keeping this shit afloat.
Yeah.
And give us some feedback. What are you thinking about the whiskey reviews and such, man? I'd love to know your thoughts and feelings on them. There, Patreon supporters. I would just, I'd like to hear what you guys think about the whole deal, man. So, but yeah, shout out to you guys. I'll raise my glass, boys. Cheers.
I got water to debate.
And yeah, like, share, subscribe, do all those things. 3 little things. They're not hard to do. Pretty easy, actually. Jazz,
Fucking smoke on.
John.
Drink on.
God damn it, kids.
Freedom
Freedom
to
to fuck on. Later.